This video is about idioms. This video is divided into three parts. First, what is an idiom? Second, how to learn more idioms. Finally, tasks. At the outset, we look at what is an idiom. Idiom is a group of words whose meaning is different from the meanings of the individual words. If you look at the words meaning, you do not understand what is the exact meaning of the idioms, how to use in a sentence. For example, it's a piece of cake. So if you look at the idiom piece of cake, you can't understand what is the meaning of it. So that is what the individual words of the meaning is different from the group of words of the idioms in English. And it is fixed expressions. We cannot change it, but we have to know what is the we have to find out whether it is an idiom or not. If it is an idiom, what is the meaning of it? If you know the meaning, you can understand when you're reading something. If you know the exact meaning, you can use it in the real context. In addition, the key to understanding English idioms, never to look at them or read them in a literal sense. Instead, learn them in context. If you look at this example I have used, it is a piece of cake. Piece of cake means it is easy to eat. For example, hitting a century to Sachin Tendulkar is a piece of cake. So when you are using the idiom in an example or in your own context, you never forget it. So always look at the meaning of the idiom with the help of the context and try to make sentences in context and you never forget it. This is how you have to learn it. The second part, how to learn idioms. I have divided three ways of learning idioms. Firstly, learning idioms through origin. There are many idioms in English. It has its origin. If you learn its origin, it may easy to understand and easily use in real context. Just look at this example, this origin. In the olden days, when doctors were short on anesthesia or time during a battle, they would ask the patients to bite down on a bullet to distract from the pain. The first recorded use of the phrase was in 1891 in The Light That Failed. Can you guess what is the idiom based on its origin? You may guess. Okay, it is an idiom related to bite the bullet. Then what is the meaning for it? You have to guess based on the origin and then bite the bullet. Okay, good. Now look at it. The meaning to accept something difficult or unpleasant. To put in other words, is a tolerance. You have to bite the bullet when you are in the feel happy. So bite the bullet. So look at this second example based on origin. Break the ice. Now look at origin of the idiom. Back when road transportation was not developed, ships would be the only transportation and means of trade. At times, the ships would get stuck during the winter because of ice formation. The receiving country would send small ships to break the ice to clear way for the trade ships. This gesture showed the affiliation and understanding between two territories. Now look at the meaning of this idiom. To say or do something that makes people feel more relaxed, especially at the beginning of a meeting or party. Now you can use in our own context. It's usually break the ice when you're starting any new meeting in order to make a better decisions in the end of the meeting. Okay. So try to use this idiom wherever it is possible to use. Third example of origin of the idiom is don't throw the baby out with bathwater. This origin is totally different, but we cannot imagine is it was possible in those days. Then how does change it in the 21st century? Its meaning is don't get rid of valuable things along with the unnecessary ones. Now look at the origin. You may amaze about it. You won't believe this one. In the early 1500s, people only bathed once a year. Not only that, but they also bathed in the same water without changing it. The adult males would bath first, then the females, leaving the children and babies to get lost. By the time the babies got in, the water was clouded with filth. The poor mothers had to take extra care that their babies were not thrown out with the bath water. I hope everyone enjoyed and then amazed about this origin of the idiom. So don't throw the baby out with the bath water. So this is an interesting idiom. Now look at the last one relating to the origin of idiom. Under the weather. Its meaning is to feel ill. This idiom is believed to be nautical in nature. When a sailor was feeling ill, he would go beneath the bow, which is the front part of the boat. This would hopefully protect him from the adverse conditions, as he was literally under the bad weather that could further sicken him. Therefore, a sailor who was sick could be described as being under the weather. If someone is under the weather, he feels that he is not feeling well. So the beginning of the stage, somebody feels not feeling well. This is the under the weather. Okay, this is what if you look at the origin of the idioms, if you have to read the origin of the idioms and then you have to find out what its meaning and then you have to use it in the context and you have to use your own context. Secondly, learn idioms through a word related idioms. You have to find out a particular word and then its related idioms and then you have to collect together and then read one by one and then you have to make your own mnemonics or you have to use any memory techniques to remember all the words relating to body part. Now look at some examples relating to body part idioms. Cross your fingers. Just to see the idiom, cross your fingers. If you look at the literal meaning of the cross, then its own meaning. Your fingers, that's something different. But what is exact meaning for the idiom? Is the for good luck. If somebody goes for any competition, you can say cross your fingers. It means you are saying good luck for his competition. Okay, look at second one. Fill on tough ass. People wouldn't listen to something. When you are expressing your point of to somebody, he or she doesn't listen to your words, but they are not interested, or they may be thinking about something. In the time you can use it. He feels on tough ears when I'm expressing my point of view on the right decision to make the final decision on project. Okay, these are fill on tough ears. Next, get cold feet. Be nervous. When I go to stand in front of the audience on the dais to express my views on the given presentation topic, I get cold feet. It means I feel nervous. Next, giving the cold shoulder, ignore someone. Have a change of heart. Change your mind. When you're making your own decision for something, that you can say, I have changed of my heart. It means I have changed my mind on the decision. Next, I am all yes. You have my full attention. When I am talking in front of you, you have to listen to my words. When you are talking with me, I am all yes. That means I have full attention to understand what you are saying. Finally, it cost an arm and a leg. It means it was expensive. I bought a toy. It cost an arm and leg. It means it's expensive. I bought expensive thing. Okay, this is what you have to list out all the idioms relating to a body part, and then you have to read it, and then you have to think about the meaning, and then you try to use in context to use in your writing. Or when you're reading something, or when you're making the conversation, you can use it. Next, idioms related to countries. The first one is more interesting. Look at, um, you friends are going to lunch or meals. There are four friends are going for A, B, C, D. Okay, they are going for lunch together. They order together. They order different items for their lunch, and then they bought together, and then eat together, and then come to the spot destination together. But they have to pay what what A, B, C, D ordered. Everybody pays what A, B, or C eats. So it means share the expenses or cost of something, especially for meals or when they're going for any brunch or meals. So let's go Dutch. Let's go Dutch on this meal. It means everybody go pays what he or she eats. Next one, take French leave. If you leave an official or social event without telling anyone, you take French leave. Is Babu coming back? Has he taken French leave? It means you do not tell when you're leaving from the place. Does it take French leave? Then look at that word. D is to be capital because it refers to country. Here, look at the word F is to be capital letter because it is a name of the country. So you have to use capital letter. Third one, it is all Greek to me. If you do not like the particular subject or the concept, you can't understand anything. In the time you can tell. It is too hard to understand. So if you can use it in a sentence, but if you want to use an idiom, so you can use it. I don't understand this legal jargon. It is all Greek to me. It means I do not understand what I am listening to. The fourth one is about talk for England. Someone talks a lot or for a very long time. The English talks more when they consume. When they consume on the hotels or restaurant in the normal life, they talk more about it. It comes from the nature of the people from England. I tried to discuss the problem with Leela, but I couldn't get a word in. That girl can talk for England because she talks more and more about the problem. This is the meaning for talk for England. Finally, Indian summer, a period of warm weather in autumn. So it is about our nation. So the weather is very warm for October. It is an Indian summer. Okay, this is what you can. These idioms are related to countries. Next, we look at idioms relating to clouds or sky. You can find the positive idioms on this slide. Every cloud has a silver lining. Its meaning is every sad or difficult situation has a positive side. So never look at only the negative side. Only look at the positive side. We have the positive or negative. When you feel you are sad or in the negative, that time you have to remember this idiom. Every cloud has silver lining. That time you can think about it. Okay, now it is not right time, so definitely it will change as soon as possible. That time you have to remember the idiom. Then every cloud has silver lining. In another situation, your friend is not feeling well, but the time you have to say to him or her, every cloud has a silver lining. Don't go deep on the particular issue, so you can rid of it as soon as you can, because every cloud has silver lining. Over the moon or on cloud nine, both happy and excited. When you feel happy and excited, for example, when you see your result, you can feel over the moon, or you are on cloud nine. It means you are happy and excited. You scored what you have expected. So in that context, you can use it over the moon or on cloud nine. Under a cloud, people have a poor or unfavorable opinion of you. Somebody thinks something about you. That is not your fault. It is his or her fault. The time you can use it is she thinks something unfavorable of you. So then you can say under a cloud. Next one, have your head in the clouds. It means to be thinking about something that is not connected with what you are doing. If you are doing something, it is not connected, it is not related to what you expected, that time you can say, I have your head in the clouds. On the horizon, likely to happen. So this is one positive idiom. Next one, praise somebody something to the skies. To praise somebody something a lot. Your friend or somebody does a wonderful job or they accomplished any task that is not possible. You can say, you can praise somebody or you praise your friend to the skies. It means you praise a lot for his accomplishment. Finally, the sky, the limit. There is no limit to what somebody can achieve, earn, or do, etc. If your talent, particularly if you're invested on something, then you can achieve whatever you set the goal. The time you can use that sky the limit. These are the idioms relating to the clouds. Finally, learn idioms through own context. This is the third way of it. What you have to do, you have to read the idioms and then look at the meaning, and you have to connect the idioms in some context. Let us look at some example. Beat around the bush. What beat around the bush? It means to avoid talking about what is important. Don't beat around the bush, get to the point. If somebody talks more and more about the problem instead of telling what exactly happened then, the time you can say, don't beat around the bush, get to the point. Okay, this idiom I can learn. Then just to see the next idiom, then I can connect those two idioms. Next one, call a spade a spade. To say exactly what you think without trying to hide your opinion. So you have to say exactly what happened. For example, you just connect the first and the second idioms. So it is an inquiry. Somebody did wrong, then he or she was invited for inquiry. That time he or she is talking, instead of saying what exactly happened there. That time the person who are listening to the somebody's talking, that time don't beat around the bush. Call a spade a spade. It means don't use unnecessary words or not talking related to exactly happened there, but you have to tell what exactly happened. So this is what you have to read some idioms, then you have to list out, and then you have to make your own context for the purpose of understanding and learn more idioms. Okay, now look at the next one. This one I used in the beginning of the idioms. A piece of cake, something that is very easy to do. And the interview was a piece of cake. Like that, when I told the example, the Sachin treating a century to Sachin Tendulkar is a piece of cake. And then you can feel about writing the exam is piece of cake to me. Like that, you have to use in your own context. Is a very interesting an idiom, and everybody uses. Next one, leave no stone unturned. I like this idiom most because just look at the meaning. To try every possible course of action in order to find or achieve something you want to accomplish or complete any task, what do you want to do? First, we have to do the brainstorming and you have to order it and then you have to make a first draft and then you have to look at each and every details and make the final draft and then you start doing the particular task. If we do that, we'll definitely complete the task successfully. That time you can think about it. If you want to do any task, you don't leave any stone unturned. This is how you have to make in one context. Now look at an example. He left no stone unturned in his search for the truth. So he tried all the possibilities to find out the truth. Okay, this is an interesting idiom. Just you have to use it for your Goal. Suppose you have set a goal to accomplish within a short period or the long period, or you're doing any projects, whatever it may be, you can leave. You don't leave any stone unturned to complete the task successfully. So this is how you can learn the idioms. Put in a nutshell, you can learn idioms with the help of these three aspects. One, you have to read the origin of the idiom and you have to find out meaning and then try to use in context. Second, you have to list out all the possible idioms relating to the one word and you have to read the meaning and you have to make it your own context with a view of understanding. Finally, you have to read some idioms or you have to select some interesting idioms that you like most and you have to connect it with the idioms or you have to make your own context for understanding and use in the right context. The final section of this video is about task. Now you can learn these idioms in the three aspects of idioms. Now look at the idiom and write the meaning and examples for the following idioms. First one, break the ice. Now make a pause and write the meaning of the idiom and you have to write your own examples. Second, a piece of cake. Third, go Dutch. Fourth, cross your fingers. Fifth one, on the horizon. Just write down the meaning and examples and then go back to the previous slides and then find where the idiom is and then look at the meaning and the examples and then you have to do self assessment. Task 2. Which idiom does this picture remind of you? Can you guess? The man has a sock, then the cat out of the sock. Can you guess what is the meaning of the idiom relating to the image? Okay, now look at the meaning. Let the cat out of the bag. It example, I was trying to keep the party a secret, but Mira went and let the cat out of the bag. Everybody has experienced in your life. You set some secret or a secret to your friend, but after a few hours, it is known to everybody. How is it possible? He or she has told your secret to one or two people. Those one or two said to two or three, then it spread to all the people. So that means don't let the cat out of the bag. If somebody says it is secret, so it is the meaning of the idiom. On the third task, below on the left are some common idioms. Choose the correct meaning from the list on the right. So you have to read all the idioms and then you can find the meaning of those idioms. For example, if you look at be bar for the course, what should be the meaning of the idiom? Then you have to look at all the meaning of the idioms and then you have to write, for example, one, you have to mention A or C or D, then write the two and then write. Like that, you have to write down the exact meaning of the idioms after numbering it and take 5 minutes time to complete the task. After writing the answers, then look at answers and then check it your understanding of idioms. Then how do you able to understand the idioms and then make your own context for these given idioms? Okay, I just sum up. So idiom is a group of words, and then you have to know the meaning of the idioms and you have to use it in the real context. It's a fixed expression. It can be changed at any cost. So what you have to do, you have to find the meaning of the idioms in context, and then you have to try to use in your own context. This is what you can im- improve as many idioms as possible. Then how do we improve our idioms? Idioms can be improved in three aspects. It is my point of view. This is how I improved my idioms. So you may follow these three aspects or methods to improve your idioms. First, you have to find out its origin, and then you have to find word related idioms. Finally, you have to make your own context to use it in the real context. If you're following three aspects of learning idioms, you will have more idioms in your vocabulary list, and then you can express your ideas or opinions as clear as possible in the real context.